Welcome back to Biafra News. Support Biafra. That Biafra here. So my people bring you another news coming from barrister Aloy Ejimakor. Malami in trouble as group of committees call for Nnamdi Kanu's release. So before we continue, my people, I would like to welcome the new and old subscribers. And if you're just coming across my channel for the first time, kindly click the red subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to enable you get notification. Please don't forget to share on all the platforms. So my people bring you another news, and this news is posted by barrister Aloy Ejimakor. If you go to his page, you will see it. So he said, breaking handshake across Nigeria conference calls on the president to direct the office of the Attorney General of the Federation AGF to enter a no prosecute and unconditionally release Nnamdi Kanu from the unlawful incarceration at DSS cell. So he attached this very photo here, which you're seeing. A handshake conference calls on the president to release Nnamdi Kanu, aware of the powers bestowed on the president by the virtue of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and amended. The conference calls on the president to direct the office of the Attorney General of the Federation to enter a no prosecute and unconditionally release Nnamdi Kanu from unlawful incarceration at DSS cell. Handshake 2 conference resolved to continue the bridge building project, aware of the tremendous impact the previous handshake and this present conference had on the leaders and people of all ethnic nationalities, mindful of the need to deepen the conversation of building a new Nigeria among Nigerians. The handshake conference resolved that more handshake conference shall be organized, and they equally resolved that the handshake conference to move to other parts of the nation as conference 1 and 2 were done in Lagos and Enugu respectively. So this group is calling on the Nigerian president to direct or order Malami to release Nnamdi Kanu. We all can remember when a court of appeal or appellate court discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. Malami came out and said that Nnamdi Kanu was only discharged and not acquitted, that he is waiting on Igbo politicians or Igbo leaders and Igbo elders or stakeholders to say something. And the people that call themselves Igbo leaders and Igbo stakeholders didn't say anything. It was after, or should I say months later, some of them started crawling out one by one, calling for Nnamdi Kanu release. I don't know why these people can't do something with one mind and one speaking with one voice. They like doing things separate. Nobody wants to be, nobody wants to be in the Fulani's bad book or this thing. So they are all hiding themselves. As far as they remain under the Fulanis, they don't have any problem. They don't mind. Nnamdi cannot continue being in detention once they continue getting the little peanut favors they're getting from the Fulanis. The only man that speaks for the Igbos, you people, the Fulanis don't respect the Fulefus. And the Malami knows that the Fulefus will not say anything. That is why he said he's waiting for them to say something. He is aware that they are holding those Fulefus in a tight corner. They can't say anything. That is why he made that statement. They all kept quiet. So let the good men of conscience speak, because Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. His only crime is asking for his people's freedom. They should do what they are supposed to do immediately and release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. I don't know why Nigerian government is holding Nnamdi Kanu, whereas they are pardering Fulani terrorist headsmen, Boko Haram, paying them money. But the only man that asked for freedom, he did not commit any crime. He's not Fulani terrorist leader nor Boko Haram leader. They are pampering them. They are pampering those terrorists in the north. And the only man that asked for nothing but freedom was kidnapped in Kenya, tortured for 8 days before he was illegally renditioned back to Nigeria. And they arranged him before a court in that zoo. That is for the whole world to see how corrupt Nigeria is. UN is keeping quiet. EU is keeping quiet. US is keeping quiet. And the Britain wants to bury Nigeria under the ground without anybody saying anything, with the people in it. They don't want to know how many people in it. The other day, I was even thinking that Nigeria is just 200 million, without knowing that it has increased to 213 million. Like, the population in Nigeria, are we supposed to be in one contraption? With that huge population in Nigeria, are we supposed to be in that one contraption that is not moving forward? Britain don't want to see Nigeria move forward. Anybody that talks about freedom, Britain will use the Fulanis to oppress that person, to chase that person, to make sure that person is silenced. Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen. But they haven't said anything or done anything to release Nnamdi Kanu, because they don't want anybody talking about Biafra. And I don't know why Britain hates us with passion. So this handshake is calling on the so-called president of Nigeria to direct or order Malami to release Nnamdi Kanu because their own court has discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu and they're still holding him. UN has given them date to release Nnamdi Kanu and that date has elapsed and they're still not doing anything. UN human rights. They are still not doing anything. Nnamdi Kanu only is asking for freedom. And those supporting Nigerian government, I'm sure you people don't know what freedom is and you people don't want to know what freedom is or you people don't want to be free. That stubborn and unrepentant man will not heed to this advice. The anger of God is fast approaching. Like Malami is proving like they own Nigeria. That is what the Fulanis are all, they have been, proving in Nigeria. We own Nigeria, we run Nigeria, we rule Nigeria the way we want to rule Nigeria. Nobody says anything. And everybody's keeping quiet. Instead of Nigerians, the Igbo leaders, Igbo elders, to stand up and challenge Fulani government, what is Nnamdi Kanu's crime? Is it not time for us to exit this contraption? Have we not suffered enough to be in this Nigeria? Have we not done enough to make sure Nigeria is one? And you people are making it hard. We have sacrificed a lot. 1967, 1970, more than 5 million Biafrans were killed by Britain just to continue keeping Nigeria one. And the killings and the humiliation, intimidation, oppression, marginalization has been going on in Southeast. And the world is doing nothing. Now it's time we ask for freedom. They are killing us. They are doing all manner of things to us. They are wreaking havoc in Biafra land just to tarnish the image of IPOB. The world is aware of all these things. The world has not asked Nigerian government, or Nigerian government has not explained to the whole world and the Igbo leaders or Igbos or Biafrans how they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and renditioned him back to Nigeria. They have not explained that. First, Malami lied that Malami is in serious trouble, but he doesn't know. Now they think that he's still in power. He's in a very serious trouble. You lied that you kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu with Interpol, with the help of Interpol. And Interpol haven't said anything. That is for you to say they are all complicit in all of this. They just want Africa to continue being in darkness. They just want Africa to remain backward. They don't want Africa to see the light of the day. They don't want Africa to see light. They just want Africa to remain backward. And the so-called leaders, greedy leaders in Africa are helping these people out. How can you kidnap? And Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya, an African country. It's African country here. That African leaders are nothing but stooge and they're puppets to these people. They use them as the police. The other day I was reading a news of a South African president talking about Russian president arrest and the arrest warrant and all of that. He said they will exit and all of that. At the end of the day, a few days later, he retraced his step. Oh, we are not exiting ICC. As I look at what African leaders are doing to themselves. Because of their stolen funds in these people's banks and countries, they can't stand on their own. They can't speak for their people. They don't have the minds of their own. Britain is running Nigeria, they want to run it through the Fulanis. Imagine a country's court discharging and acquitting Nnamdi Kanu, and the same government is still holding him, saying that he was only discharged and not acquitted. Like maybe Malami told the appellate court, "Oh, discharge him, don't acquit him," and the appellate court went ahead and discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. So Malami, to correct appellate court, you made a mistake in what we asked you to do. You only discharged him. You did not acquit him. Like everybody kept quiet. It now look like there is a particular place they pinned Nigerians. Don't say anything. Whatever we do should be okay. Nobody should complain. That is what they are telling Nigerians indirectly. So a handshake across Nigerian conference calls on the president to direct the office of the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, to enter a new rescue and unconditional release Nnamdi Kanu from unlawful incarceration or at DSSL. Nnamdi Kanu has been there. They have denied him access of changing clothes, access to his personal doctor, and he stays in cell for 23 hours. He has only 1 hour to spend outside without anybody coming close to him. And still, Fulani government hasn't explained how they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu and how they renditioned him back to Nigeria. They are still holding him. The extent they went to bring somebody with tuberculosis to his cell, and that person infected everybody, or almost everybody. Nigeria is gone and dead. But the world, they are turning blind eyes, playing deaf ears. They are not seeing the happenings in Nigeria. Look at what is going on in Sudan. Which people do you think cause what is going on in Sudan? You should ask yourself that question. The reason we need to stand up, the reason we need to stay on our own, the reason we are asking for Biafra, so that all these manipulations will stop. They will use Africans against themselves. After they will come and say they came for peace. Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen, but British is doing nothing. When it starts now, you'll see them coming, hypocrites coming in name of peace. And the peace and higher who peace, but also they will see peace and start running. Because now everybody is asking peacefully, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. They are pretending not to hear all of this. Even UN Human Rights, what is it called? That other Nigerian government, that gave Nigerian government 6 months to release Nnamdi Kanu. That 6 months has elapsed, but they have not said anything. They are still keeping quiet. They haven't said anything. I don't know if they gave 6 months thinking that 6 months will not finish. Britain is doing everything to continue keeping Nigeria on. Imagine a country with 213 million people. Move forward, no. Develop, no. Build the country, no. They just want these 213 million people to remain in darkness, in abject poverty, in suffering. There is nothing in Nigeria, but they have 213 million population. And the man said, enough is enough. My people can't continue being in this country. We have suffered enough. We have been killed and humiliated enough. We have been oppressed and marginalized enough. It's time for us to be free. He becomes a target. He becomes a terrorist. He becomes the problem of the so-called Nigeria. To the extent they spent, it's only them that knows how much they spent in going to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. Which they succeeded with the help of the saboteurs, stooge, around Nnamdi Kanu. And now they have refused releasing him. A lot of groups in Nigeria has called on Nigerian government or Fulani government to release Nnamdi Kanu, but they refused. With the reasoning that they own Nigeria and they can do whatever they want to do, nobody will say anything. So that is it, my people. I will stop here. Malami is in serious trouble. Yes, releasing Nnamdi Kanu, because when the time comes, all these groups that have been asking you to release Nnamdi Kanu, let's see how you would deny that no group called for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Let's see. So my people, I'll stop here. Still your one and only Ada Biafra. Here is my channel, Biafra, and you support Biafra. Thank you.